Hey there, Angular folks, and welcome back. You know how in Reactive Forms, Angular automatically gave us state-based classes like ngTouched, ngDirty, ngPending, and ngValid? Well, when SignalForms launched, we lost all of that. But in a recent Angular update, this feature quietly came back, and not just back, now we can fully customize it. In this video, I'm going to show you how easy it is to turn these classes back on and how to go beyond what Reactive Forms ever allowed. All right, let's look at the exact same app, but now converted over to SignalForms. When we trigger different states of this form, now notice we no longer get any of those state-based classes. No ngDirty, no ngInvalid, no ngPending, nothing. And if your styling depended on these, this breaks things immediately after migration. Now, this might not be a big deal if you weren't using these classes, but if you were, yeah, that's a bit of a bummer. Luckily, as of Angular 21.0.1, there's now a really clean way to add them back. Before we fix it though, let's quickly walk through how this form is actually wired, because the fix is going to feel almost too easy once you see it. Let's start with the styles for this component. Right here, you can see that we're still using the old ng prefix classes left over from Reactive Forms. So clearly, if we want this styling to work again with SignalForms, we need some way to reintroduce those same state-based classes, or at least something equivalent. Now, let's take a look at the component template. Here's the username input, and instead of form control name, we're using the new field directive from the SignalForms API. That binding connects this input directly to a field object from our SignalForm. That field gives us reactive access to everything: the value, touched, dirty, valid, and pending, all as signals. And then down here, this little debug panel simply shows that state in real time: touched, dirty, valid, and pending. So technically, we could manually bind these as classes on the input using these state conditions, right? But that would be pretty painful to do on every control, so that's definitely not the solution we want. Now, let's switch over to the component TypeScript. The first thing we have here is this model signal. This is the source of truth for our forms data. It replaces the old form group value object. Instead of mutating controls directly, SignalForms now updates this signal automatically. Next, we have the form function. This connects the model to the actual form behavior. With this function, we pass it the model signal, followed by a schema callback where we can add validation. Here, s.username represents the username as a field builder. We use this to add required, min length, debounce, and the async validator to check if the name already exists. So conceptually, everything we had in Reactive Forms still exists here. It's just driven by signals instead of observables. Now, here's what the Angular team has quietly fixed for us. SignalForms now has a new application level configuration API that allows it to inject CSS classes based on field state, just like Reactive Forms used to. And the best part? You only have to set this up once for your entire app. To add this, we need to make a small change in our main application configuration. In this app, that lives in main.ts, where the Angular application is bootstrapped. Right here in the providers array, I'm going to add a new method called provideSignalFormsConfig. This lets us define how SignalForms behaves globally across the entire app. Now, inside this config object, I'll add a new classes property. And for its value, I'm just going to use the built-in ngStatus classes constant. This one constant automatically recreates the classic ng class behavior from Reactive Forms. And that's it. That's literally all you need to add. Let's save and see what happens. There it is. Now, as I interact with this field, we're right back to the familiar ng classes. we're officially back in business. But now, here's the really interesting part. This is something we never had in reactive forms. What if you don't want ng-invalid? What if you want app-invalid or danger zone or yikes that input is wrong? With Signal Forms, we can now do this globally and cleanly. Instead of using the built-in constant, I'm just going to replace it with my own object. Each key is the class name as a string, and each value is a function that returns whether that class should be applied based on live field state. And we'll add one for each state of the control. Okay, each one maps directly to the corresponding signal state. Now, we just need to update our class selectors in the CSS to match. So I'll rename all of these selectors from ng to app. And that should be it. Let's save and try it again. Nice. Now instead of ng classes, we've got app-touched, app-dirty, app-pending, and app-valid. Same automatic behavior, fully branded, 0 template bindings. And here's where this gets even cooler at a global level. Let's say we don't want our invalid class to show up immediately. Let's say we only want it to apply when the field is both invalid and touched. That's now trivial to do. We just add that condition directly into our custom class config. So instead of just checking invalid, now this app-invalid class only applies when the field is invalid and touched. And just like that, we've moved real UX logic into a single centralized config. Pretty cool, right? This is one of those small Angular updates that quietly fixes a real pain point and actually gives us more power than we had before. We now get automatic state classes, global configuration, and full customization, all without adding noise to our templates. If you're already using Signal Forms for validation, async checks, or dynamic forms, this is one of those upgrades you absolutely want turned on. If this was helpful, be sure to drop a comment below, give it a like, and subscribe for more on modern Angular and Signal Forms. And hey, I know you want to show your Angular pride off camera, so join the Shieldworks Union. Grab yourself a tee or hoodie from the link below. They're built for Angular devs who treat this stuff like the real craft that it is. All right, that's all for today. I'll see you in the next one.